What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Inland Sports Show. I'm your host, Pep Fernandez. Johnny Nunez is our director behind the scenes here as we are live and amplified at Teen Vision TV 16. It is that time of the year, getting ready for the high school football season, and we are really going to blow it out on this show and also in the coming weeks as we get ready for week 0. I've already marked it down. It is August 19th. That is the first Friday night of high school football. A little bit later in the show, Kevin Argumosa from Redlands East Valley. The Wildcats are finally getting a new football stadium. Maybe not sometime soon, but they are getting a new football stadium. So we'll talk to Coach Argumosa. We also got Kevin Argumosa from Arlington. And remember, the Lions won a CIF Southern Section Championship this past season. We'll check in with him. And we'll also hoop it up with UC Riverside men's basketball coach Mike Magpayo a little bit later in the show. Oh, and we're going to announce our winner for the Inland Empire 66ers ticket giveaway this week. So stay tuned for that. We'll announce the winner for this week, and we'll give away 4 more tickets for the Sixers for next week, so you don't want to miss that as well. But we're leading things off with the brand new head football coach for Murrieta Mesa, Oscar McBride, joining us as he takes over the Rams program. And Coach, listen, I appreciate you doing the show. I'm taking this opportunity to get to know you a little bit better. Give us the quick resume on Coach McBride. Where have you been? Who have you coached with? Where did you play? Give us all the good stuff.
Wow. You know what? First of all, thank you for having me. Really excited to be here. This is outstanding. I'm a Florida boy, born and raised in Florida. USA Today Athlete of the Year for the state of Florida in 1990. Got a chance to play at Notre Dame under Lou Holtz, which is phenomenal. Got a chance to play with some pretty good ball players there. Some guys you may have heard of: Jerome Bettis, Hall of Famer Bryant Young, who's actually going into the Hall this year. I actually got the invite to his enshrinement, which I'm really excited about. I had an opportunity to play in the NFL for the Cardinals and the Chiefs, which is an outstanding experience. Cut my teeth in Trinity League high school football, coaching under Jim Hardigan at J. Sarah, which was unbelievable. It was just the beginning of their program, so I was there. Left J. Sarah, went to Capo Valley under Matt Poston. Left Capo under Poston and went to Tesoro under Coach Poston, which was a great experience there. And then from there to Servite under Scott Meyer, from there to Ors Lutheran under J.P. Presley. Quick pit stop at Notre Dame Riverside, which was a really good experience. And now I'm here at Murrieta Mesa. So I've been around for a while.
Well, Coach McBride, you are so humble and modest. You just quickly throw in Notre Dame and the NFL and Lou Holtz. But who are some of your coaching influences? Who are some guys maybe you played for or coached alongside with? You mentioned some great names already, but who are some of the coaching influences that kind of makes you the head coach that you are now today?
Sure. I mean, everything is about Coach Holtz. I mean, everything from, our trust, love, commitment tagline for our program to, finding the best 11 guys that are the best teammates to put them on the field, creating a culture that's inclusive. We're not big on rules. I hate even using that word rules. We have standards. From my perspective, rules are made to be broken. Standards are made to be upheld. So, Coach Holtz was a huge influence in my life then and even today as I serve on the board of his foundation, Holtz's Heroes. So if there was an influence, it's definitely Lou Holtz and his son, Skip. Skip was my receivers, tight ends coach in college, and I tried to take that with me wherever I go.
Man, those are some of the biggest names, in all of football. So, Coach, when we see the Rams run out into the field this season, how would you kind of describe the way you want them to play? What's kind of your brand of football, would you say?
Sure. I would say fast, physical, and disciplined. If there were 3 words to describe how we play, we like to try to go fast on offense. We try to put the defense in a bind. Minimize blitzes and those types of things. We're going to be in really good shape. So we'll try to play, up tempo. We're going to be physical. I'm going to play physical at the point of attack up front. We're going to play physical on the perimeters with our receivers, with our defensive backs. There's so much that goes into preparing for a game, preparing for a season. The beginning is just getting them to understand this is our standard. This is how we play. This is what we do. This is what we believe. So it's exciting. It's an exciting process, but people will see us, playing fast, and physical and discipline. We're going to do our best not to beat ourselves. I mean, they're kids, but the dumb penalties, the false starts, the offsides, illegal formations, those types of things. We want to try to minimize those. So if I were to describe us, I would say those three things.
Coach McBride, is it exciting for you to be able to have this opportunity to put kind of your stamp on the program, like, have a team as the head coach to play your brand of football? Is it exciting to, obviously you put in the work and you want to hopefully see the results when the season comes around, but is it exciting just to kind of put your stamp on a program?
It really is. And having worked, under some really good football coaching, Jim Hardigan is, in my opinion, one of the best, high school football players out there. Matt Poston's done a phenomenal job at Capo Valley and Tesoro since he's been there. We transitioned over to Tesoro in 2013. He's been there ever since. Scott Meyer, again, another guy, a championship caliber coach at CDM for years. And JP Presley, he and I didn't get a chance to enjoy the CF championship that Orange Lutheran won, but we were a big part of developing that team. So when you talk about, character, you talk about leadership, those types of things, you think of Coach Presley. So I've gotten a chance to take bits and pieces from all of those guys, and we're implementing them here in Mesa.
All right, Coach, this is kind of cliche, but you hear some coaches say, champions are made in the off season, right? Like what you do in the off season is going to dictate what happens in, let's say, November, right, when you get to the CIF playoffs. What are some things that you can do right now as a team that you feel like at least you're moving in the right direction, getting ready for that first game of the season?
Sure. I said it before, creating a standard, creating that standard that says, okay, this is the bare minimum that we're going to accept. And we set the standard in a high enough fashion where the players are really striving to reach that standard every single day, be it defense, be it offense, be it special teams. We have starters playing special teams. It doesn't matter. The best 11 play, and we want to put ourselves in the best possible situation. So for us, from the neck up is probably the biggest part for us right now. In changing the culture, changing the belief system, setting those standards, and holding each other accountable. And then that's, beyond just the players, but, coaches as well. So we're probably from the neck up team at this point. We think we have physical talent. Mm-hmm. Football is always about bigger, stronger, faster, but it's also about what's between the ears as well. And we want to make sure we don't, minimize that process.
Mm-hmm. So, Coach, you know the kind of guys that you have, having gone through, the spring and summer now. If you were going to pick a spot on the team, and I don't know if you want to, single any position or, the secondary or whatever out, but where do you think this team might be strong this upcoming year? Is there a certain spot, offense, defense, line, secondary, QB, receiver? Like, where do you feel like, going into the year, I feel pretty good about this spot?
You know what? It's really early, and to borrow your comment, it's early. The defense is playing really well, but defense is usually ahead of the offense. Yeah. But they're playing really well. We're trying to get a specific number of hats to the ball. We want populations of the ball. Good things happen when defensive players are around the football. The guys are embracing that. They're working really hard, and they're running. I've got some really good defensive coaches on staff that are implementing that standard and holding guys accountable, and I like what I'm seeing from our defense. Our offense is probably a step or two behind, but from what I've seen, we're in a good spot. We're where we need to be. But I would be really surprised if our defense didn't play well this year.
Yeah, defense always comes first, right? Yeah. Sure. The defense kind of is trending ahead of the offense. Coach, let me ask you about the Big West Conference, because, we've got the Raincross Conference, and obviously Notre Dame was part of the Raincross Conference. We've got the Arrowhead Athletic Conference up in San Bernardino County. Now we got this Big West with the Southwestern League and the Big 8 League. And I don't know, Liz, I'm not trying to play favorites, and we love all high school football equally like we love our kids. But, man, the Southwestern League and the Big 8 League getting together for this mega conference is awesome. What do you think about this conference? You're going to have some really good league games coming up.
Yeah, it's packed. So much talent, a lot of great football, phenomenal coaches. I'm just excited to be a part of that, and to be able to compete in a league like that with that type of talent, that type of experience at the coaching positions. It's going to be good for us. It's going to be a challenge for us, coming from where we were a year ago, being a winless football program, to even be able to compete at that level. It's going to be good. It's going to be tough, but I think we'll be ready for the challenge.
All right, finally, Coach, do you want to do any name dropping? We'd love to give the kids shout outs too. Maybe some of your top players, maybe returning players, guys who have stood out since you've been on board. Some guys maybe we should keep an eye on for this upcoming year.
Sure. We've got a few guys to keep an eye out on. Junior Gilberto is a 23 corner, playing really, really well for us. CJ Moran's a 24 linebacker. He's playing really well. Luke Vandenberg, another 24 linebacker, playing really, really well for us. Logan Harris on the defensive side. Offensively, Thomas Ortiz is doing a really, really good job for us. Ian Montoya is a 23 running back. Mikey Solomon is a transfer from TV as a 24 that's going to play really well. Makai Carson, he's been in the program for 4 years here, one of our offensive linemen. We've got some guys in spots who can make plays and then make us better just by their being on the field and being part of this team. So too many guys to call names, but I think, where we'll be our best is playing together. It's great to have individual guys, but it's always best when we play together as a team. So I'm excited to see those guys play together.
All right, Coach, one more question, actually, because I love college football. And, I follow Notre Dame, and I'm thinking, okay, you played with Jerome Bettis. I'm trying to do the math in my head. Who was the quarterback for the Irish? Was it Rick Meyer? Who was your quarterback back then?
So I had two quarterbacks, three quarterbacks, because I actually took a fifth year. My first 3 years, it was Rick Meyer. My senior year, my fourth year, was Kevin McDougal. And then I had Ron Paulus for 1 year. So, obviously Notre Dame football is everything to me. I'm excited to see my Irish play. We've got Coach Freeman is doing a phenomenal job with recruiting and bringing, us old guys back on campus, to be a part of things. So really exciting to be a Notre Dame alum right now.
Well, Coach, I appreciate the quick walk down memory lane. I do appreciate that. I appreciate your time. Best of luck this upcoming season. And I'm going to try to make it out there. I'd love to see the Rams in person at some point this summer before we get to that first game of the year.
Absolutely. Anytime you want to come, Pep, you're more than welcome. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it. That is Murrieta Mesa head football coach Oscar McBride here on the Inland Sports Show. And that leads us right into our first commercial break of the night. When we come back, we'll talk some Rev football, Arlington football, and UCR men's hoops. We'll be right back on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.
What up, guys? Boost May here at the Boost Performance Center. You're watching the Inland Sports Show with the one and only Pep Fernandez. What up, y'all? Boostman here, gonna break you off with a quick 2 cents. So what is it that all great athletes have in common? They strength train. It's a fact that muscular strength enhances sports skills like running, jumping, change of direction, and it reduces your risk of injury as an athlete. So no matter your age or gender, if you're not participating in strength training, you're not doing what the best athletes do. Boostman.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Pep Fernandez from the Inland Sports Show. I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for your support over the last several years. In fact, we're going on year number 8 of the Inland Sports Show. It has certainly changed and evolved over the years, and you guys have been along for the entire journey. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it. We're on social media, so if you're already following us or subscribing, great. But you can also tell your teammates, your people at school, your family, your friends. There's the Inland Sports YouTube channel, approaching 2 million views, 1,000 subscribers. We appreciate it. And make sure you share with other folks who might not be subscribing. Same goes for Twitter. We're on Twitter as well. And if you're looking for immediate results, breaking news, we post pictures and shorter videos. Check us out on Twitter. That's Inland_sports on Twitter. And we're also on Facebook. Yeah, we're still doing Facebook. In fact, we live stream the Inland Sports Show on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. So if you're on Facebook, you can check it out there live on Wednesday nights at 6:05 p.m. We're also on the gram, the IG. If you want to see pictures and shorter videos from a lot of the games and events that we go to, you can check it out on Instagram. So if you support us by following along on social media, thank you so much. And if you'd like to take that to the next level, Inland Sports also has a Venmo account. If you'd like to financially support the show, you appreciate the service we provide to the IE, you can do that as well. Again, this is just an opportunity to say thank you to all you guys out there who follow the Inland Sports Show. You watch the Inland Sports Show each and every week. Thank you guys so much, and the best is yet to come. We are the IE. We work hard. In fact, that's the way we like it. We wake up early, we stay up late to get the job done right. That blue-collar, hard-working mentality is the same reason we have so many successful teams and coaches and athletes in the Inland Empire. We never give up. We are a resilient bunch in the IE. Everything we have, we've earned. No excuses. It's this determined attitude is what powers our small businesses, and that's how championships are won. The Inland Sports Team is looking to team up with other like-minded small businesses in the IE. Together, we can grow. We can be bigger and better. If it was easy, everyone would do it, but we're not looking for easy, just looking for an opportunity. Joining the Inland Sports Team could be the opportunity that you've been looking for. Welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody, as we're talking a lot of high school football as we get ready for week 0 in August 19th to be exact, our first Friday night of high school football here in the Inland Empire. Joining us on the show, he is a champion coming off a big year last year. In fact, it was his maiden voyage with the Arlington Lions, and he won the whole thing. Kevin Argumosa, the head coach for Arlington, joining us here on the Inland Sports Show. And, Coach, I do want to talk about this season, but when you kind of look back on last year, and, you know, we talked about this a bunch of times with the way that you guys were able to finish the regular season, sneak into the playoffs, win CIF, go to a state championship game. Does it still seem like kind of unbelievable, the kind of year you guys had?
Yes, it really was. Even when the championship rings came in, it was opening them up. It's like, how the heck did this happen? You know, it was still crazy. I mean, as coaches, we got the rings. We had our ring celebration, and I mean, everybody was like, "Oh my God!" Like, we're CIF champs. This is crazy from the start. You know, as we started 0-7 to the ending, it was still magical and unforgettable. You know.
So, Coach, like going into this season and maybe even future seasons, I mean, if anyone can tell a team, hey, don't ever give up. You are never out of it. You know, the season is not over. You're not out of a game. We can come back. If anyone can, vouch for that, it's going to be you and last year's team. Do you talk about that maybe with this year's group? Like, hey, guys, stay the course. Fight.
Trust the process. We lost some key seniors to graduation. We're going to be young at some spots. And I just told the kids in this whole offseason, let's just keep working hard and trust the process of every day. Work hard. Be a better football player every day. We're going to make mistakes, but we're going to keep fighting because you never know what's going to happen at the end. As long as you keep fighting hard, we're going to get better.
Coach, winning a CIF Southern Section Championship, does it generate more buzz around campus, and do you find more interest from kids? Like, I don't know if numbers might be up this year, or just general thoughts on the football program at Arlington. Like, hey, they got a title, we got the rings. This is exciting. I want to be part of that.
It did. Obviously, coming in late last year, people didn't know anything about me or my coaching staff. So it was like, hey, let's stay away. After winning, though, we had a bunch of interest from just on-campus kids. It was great. Kids who've never played, who've played other sports, and said, hey, we want to play football and come on out. And I just told them, come test drive us. We're a rental car right now. If you like it, keep us. If you don't, turn the car in. And because of that, and the off, and again, I think for everybody in Southern California or in the state, being able to have an off-season program and having a weight room process and doing football in the spring really encouraged the kids this year to come out. So that also helped, having not having to deal with COVID, but obviously being a CIF champion helps out a little bit more. There's like, I guess I got a little understanding that I kind of know what I'm doing a little bit.
So you graduated from, it sounds like, from rental car to maybe like lease to own, at least, right?
At least, yes, sir.
well, Coach, let's talk about that offseason. I mean, because, an offseason is so important just, to build up to the high school football season. Can you already see maybe the benefits of having your team all offseason from, January to this point as you get ready for that first game of the year?
For sure. Again, acquiring the new kids coming in, some of our freshman kids, the freshman players coming up and being in the offseason, getting bigger, faster, stronger, having meetings and talking about the offense, what we're going to do offensively, what we're doing on defense, the culture of the program, something we didn't have really the time to do last year, getting hired a month and a half before the first game. So it's been good. And we're in summer now, and we're already seeing the development of the offseason with kids not thinking so much. Now they know their terminology. We're not speaking a foreign language anymore, if that makes sense. We say a certain thing, and they know what we're talking about, and that helped with having an offseason and the spring football. So it's great. It's been great for the whole program.
Coach, you had a great fullback, a.k.a. lineman named Buda McDaniel, who was awesome. Actually, he had two fullbacks. But are you going to run that pound cake offense again? Are we going to see something different from Arlington? Are you just going to pound the football with some big guys? Like, is it going to look different or the same maybe this year?
We're going to come back to the same. We're going to go double tight eye back. We got our fullback back, big 58. And we got two more tight ends. We're gonna miss Buda, and we're gonna miss Ray and some of our linemen up there in the front. But again, I think having the offseason program has really helped us. I was able to, we were young, so I played a lot of sophomores last year who got a lot of playing time. And fortunate for us, we had a 16-week season, so they got a lot of playing time, and so we have a lot of holes to fill, but we were able to fill them with guys who've had a lot of experience because of our run.
Coach, you bring up a great point because you did have some great seniors, and you mentioned a couple of them, Buda and Ray, but you also had some underclassmen getting significant snaps, significant playing time last season. Have you seen, for your returning players, have you seen their development kind of, accelerate this offseason and going into the, this upcoming year?
Yes, and accelerated in all spectrums. I mean, the leadership roles that they've taken on because of being around for 16 games, being around the seniors we had previously, understanding, being in a 0-7 start and bottom of the barrel, and just keep climbing and working hard being able to instill that message of, trust the process, don't quit, work hard every day, and accountability. It's almost like I have, 15 extra coaches out there with my returners who experience that long season that they're able to do that. And the best thing is even the kids, our Frosh Soft kids, we brought up 8 Frosh Soft kids in the playoffs, and to see them excel, they look like veterans, and they played a Frosh Soft season, but they were out with us for 6 weeks. And, they look like seasoned veterans just because of the experience and the practices that they were able to have. So it's helped us a lot in that side.
All right, Coach, let's wrap it up with this. So when I look back at last year's team, it almost feels like a movie. I don't know if anyone has a script written for last year, but, the team that starts 0-7 and they come back and they win a couple games, they get into the playoffs, they win the championship, they're running this crazy pound cake offense with double fullbacks, which nobody's doing, but it works for them, and they win the championship. So in my script for the Arlington Lions movie, the cool, good-looking, charismatic, funny sportscaster, me, I'd say Adam Sandler would play my part. Who would play your part in the Arlington Lions movie? Who would be Coach Argumosa in the big movie? What big star would be you?
I don't know if it's a big star, but I'd probably say Jack Black.
Yeah. I think that's perfect. I think that's perfect,
yes,
Coach. Man, what a season it was. It was tremendous. It was, again, a Cinderella story, and now, obviously, you're not sneaking up on anybody. Everybody's going to, be talking about the Arlington Lions this season. You kind of get that feeling now that you have a championship under your belt?
Yes, sir. Yes, and like we told the boys, we had a magical season, but this year I don't want to depend on a coin flip. We need to get better, and we need to improve in a lot of things, and that's what we've been working on in the offseason. So, but I told him, I said, you're a champion now, so everybody's in the gun for the champion, so be ready. It's not something you just walk in and think people are just going to roll over just because of what we did. So we need to work hard and be prepared for every opponent we face, and, go to war,
Coach, you are the best. A rental car or lease to own, or playing Jack Black playing the role of Coach Argumosa. Maybe I'll tag Jack Black actually on social media so he'll see this. But Coach, you're the best, man. I always enjoy our conversations, and best of luck this upcoming season. Hopefully I'll see you on the sideline soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having us, and appreciate you big time.
You got it. That is Coach Argumosa here joining us on the Inland Sports Show. We will take another quick commercial break. We're going to talk UC Riverside basketball, and we've got your Inland Empire 66ers tickets to give away. We'll be right back.
96.7 KCal Rocks. What's up? It's Patrick and 40. Hey, man, you're watching the Inland Sports Show right here. Make sure you check out Pep, man. It's Inland Sports with Pep, but he's on every Monday and Thursday morning with Sports with Pep, man. You guys rock.
I would say the one thing that we stress more than anything else is service to our customer. Make sure that they're taken care of, whatever you can do to make sure that that order gets to them on time and it's the right quality and what they want. I've been that way since 1976. That was my goal, to reach out to local sports programs, and it's grown from there, and we've been very, very fortunate. My grandson is right over here. He's working for us, and he's going to college right now, and that's exactly what my son did 20-some years ago, and it keeps on going, Customers that come in the store that it's amazing. People that I haven't been here since I was a little kid, and I used to come in here all the time, and then now I'm bringing my son in here, or a grandpa that's bringing his grandson in here that came in here when we first opened back in '76. We just feel so fortunate to have been a part of this community and this Inland Empire for going into our 44th year now, and it's just been a blessing.
What's up, everybody? We are at the Boost Performance Center with the Boost man himself, Coach Ray Bass. And, Coach, this is a great question because there's a lot of folks out there have sons and daughters playing sports. And, of course, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, well, how do they get an athletic scholarship? You did it back in your day. What advice would you give to parents out there?
My advice to parents would be two things. Number one, you want to make sure that your son or daughter is doing well academically. Achieve high academic performance because that's really important. Number two is chase championships. When you put yourself in a situation where your grades are great, you're creating opportunities to play at the next level. Whereas it doesn't matter how talented you are, if your grades are terrible, you're really not creating any opportunities at all. And as far as, learning what it takes to be a champion, when you chase championships, during that process, you're putting yourself in a position to be your best. You're getting good sleep, you're training hard, you're learning how to, communicate better with your teammates. You're learning how to win, and that's really important. So when you take care of those two things, you're setting yourself up for success. You're putting yourself in the best opportunity to play at the next level to earn a scholarship. So take care of your grades and learn how to be a winner. Learn how to be a champion.
Yeah, winning in grades, right?
Absolutely.
It's not rocket science to get that athletic scholarship. If you have a question for the Boost man, go ahead and send us a message right here on social media. That is Boost Training. And your question could end up on a future Gridiron episode here with the Boost man, Coach Ray Bass.
Absolutely.
Remember the Dodgers talking a lot and making fun of the Angels when they were on a losing streak recently. So I'm just, karma comes around, boys.
Maybe that's what happened.
Right? As we say it all the time, there's peaks and valleys, there's ups and downs throughout a baseball season. But I think it just stings a little bit worse when it's the Giants, right? Getting swept by your bitter rival. But again, the Walker Buehler injury, that could be significant for the Dodgers. They just got Clayton Kershaw back. He pitched on Saturday. He didn't do too bad. He took the loss, but he actually pitched pretty well. So maybe we'll see Walker Buehler with the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes at some point, trying to get back from this elbow injury. But it looks like 6 to 8 weeks. So if you're a Dodgers fan, that timetable looks about 2 months before he returns to that Dodgers rotation. Hey, and speaking of the Angels, and a quick local shout out to our guy Taijuan Walker, the pride of Yucaipa High School. He got the start for the New York Mets on Sunday and actually beat the Halos. He had 10 strikeouts to beat the Angels. Final score of 4-1 with the Mets getting the win. The only RBI coming from the bat of course, Mike Trout. Shohei Ohtani did not play, but anytime you can strike out 10 batters and you're a guy from Yucaipa, you're going to get a shout out right here on KCAL for sure.
And welcome back to the Inland Sports Show, everybody. Of course, we're giving away 4 free tickets to the Inland Empire 66ers every single week on the Inland Sports Show. All you got to do is watch the show and then jump in the DMs. I know you know how to do that, whether it's Instagram or Twitter. All you got to do is send your name and the city that you live in, and that's how you enter. It's that easy. So, Johnny, let's check out our winner from this past week, and it is Drew from Rialto. Congratulations, Drew. You got 4 free tickets to the Inland Empire 66ers. This is the 3rd consecutive week we have done this. If I remember correctly, I think it was Carl from Redlands in week 1, Trey from Corona in week 2, now Drew from Rialto here in week number 3. So if you're watching the show right now, all you got to do is jump on the DMs on social media. That is Instagram or Twitter. Give us your name, give us your city, and you will enter for the 4 free tickets to the Inland Empire 66ers. All right, let's talk some UC Riverside men's basketball. He's one of our favorite guys in the entire world, and he is back. He's got some big camps coming up as well. His head coach, Mike Magpayo from UCR men's basketball. And, Coach, I want to talk about your kids, and I'm not talking about your players yet. I'm talking about your actual kids. You have a new baby in the household, man, and you are probably running around like crazy. 2 little ones now.
Yeah, we got our hands full here in the Magpio household. We got 2 boys and an 18-month-old. But again, my wife Caroline, she's doing all the heavy lifting. It's funny, like the second one definitely gets screwed. You definitely dote over the first one, and you realize it'll be like 10 p.m. at night. I'm like, I haven't even talked to the second one. Like the baby, you realize that it's just they cry when you need them. So, but no, super blessed, and it's a great time.
I know the feeling. With my oldest, I would watch her like a hawk. Like every single move, I was right there by her side for everything. And then the second one comes along, it's like, oh, she's fine. That cry doesn't mean anything. She's okay. You don't have to worry about it.
He's gonna be way tougher. Like you can tell, he's just strong. Like he just, you kind of carry him around a little more. For the other one, you were just so protective of. So now that we kind of figured it out, I think he's definitely gonna be a little tougher.
That's awesome. Well, Coach, congratulations to you and your wife on number 2. Yeah, that's so awesome. So happy for you.
Thank you.
All right, Coach, so a busy time of the year. There is really no offseason when you're a Division I college basketball coach. Obviously the new addition to the family makes things a little more chaotic at home, but you got stuff going on right now at UC Riverside. You got some big basketball camps. In fact, we're going to put the graphic up on the screen in just a moment. But these basketball camps here in our local community, there it is right there. You've got June and another, 2 in June, end of July. Talk about these camps. What are kids going to learn?
I think it's awesome because it's been 3 summers since we've had them. And when we had them 3 and 4 years ago, obviously David Patrick was the head coach, but I was directing them. And I think it was such a great thing for us to do, to connect with the community, get all the kids to come around, and obviously learn, this amazing game, this incredible game. I know the finals are on right now. So it's just a special time for us to get them all back and get taught and coached by our coaches, and some of our players. So we hope to get the whole community of Riverside there. We're excited about it. Now, instead of dpsbasketballcamp.com, it's MM. So it's basketballcamps.com.
And, Coach, it helps when you're coaching a winner, right? Like, you guys had some good seasons, and people are probably excited about the Highlanders. Like, yeah, I want to go out there. I want to learn from the coaches. These guys are good.
Well, everybody always goes, how do you get butts in the stands? Winning is really the best marketing tool. And we've had 3 straight winning seasons. Really proud of this because we built it brick by brick from the bottom up from 4 years ago. And now we've gotten it to a place where we're pretty confident in competing for a championship. And we have a great group of guys coming back again. So very exciting times at Riverside. Have an amazing, officially, new athletic director. He was interim, but now he's in Wes. And so there's a lot of pride and passion going on here. And UCR just, it's growing fast, just the university. There's new buildings everywhere. And so it's been an awesome week of commencement, graduations, and all that.
All right, Coach, I don't mean to put you on the spot, but when are we going to see that big Sacramento State versus UC Riverside game? Coach Magpio versus Coach Patrick.
You know what? Maybe next year. It was actually it was supposed to be played again this year, and it got canceled with COVID, and then now it's supposed to be. But you know what? Like DP and I, we don't love to play friends, and I'm kind of okay pushing it for now. With DP and I mutually agreed to just push it and just. It'd be hilarious. We'd literally be yelling the same things on both defense and offense. I mean, we have the same language, and I learned a ton from him. And so we decided to push it for now. But yeah, no, I know everybody's been asking me that. And the funny thing is, we don't want to play each other. It's not that fun to play your friends. I've done it before, and it's really not that fun. Zepp will be over there now, so it'd be more funny than anything. We'd be literally yelling the same things.
Yeah, DP, another one of our favorite guys, and now at Sacramento State. It was awesome to see him get that gig with the Hornets up there. Coach, let me ask you about Australia. You've had some guys from Australia on your team. I guess you're going to Australia as a team, right?
Yeah, again, this is why I keep praising Wes Millett, our athletic director, and our university. They've found ways to help us. And, we've had the most amount of Australians, New Zealanders, we'll say, from down under over the last 2 years on a Division I team. And we just want to continue to build that connection. So I thought that it makes sense, number one, for us to bring the guys back that are Australian and New Zealand back home to Australia. Also put them in front of the fans out there, their family and friends out there, play some professional games against professional teams, and then continue the recruiting pipeline. We've had a lot of success with it. It's been our point of difference, no doubt about it. Started by David Patrick and continued by myself. And I enjoy it. I enjoy coaching those guys. They have a really great approach. I love that Riverside, including Coach Croy, Cal Baptist. I love that we are like the other, there's St. Mary's and then there's Riverside. It's great for us to have to be a place that Australians and New Zealanders love to play at. So, it's going to be an awesome tour. The biggest benefit in today's transfer portal world, and we're going to be adding so many new pieces, is that we get 10 practices leading into the foreign tour. So we're going to have 10 practices, get our team to gel, get familiar with each other. They get familiar with me and our coaching staff, kind of figure out what works. And that'll be done in the summer. And then we go play and have a life-changing experience. I've been on a few with other universities, Campbell and Columbia, and they really are life-changing. These guys, they're getting passports right now, so they've never been, anywhere. And so this will change their lives just to see when you go to another country, and I'm sure you have, it's just a different feeling, and it opens your eyes, and so it'll be an exciting time, and it just moves the program forward. And we're very lucky that Wes and the university has decided to do it.
Yeah, what a great experience that you guys can share as a team to go down there and compete. Plus, like you said, what is that, 10 days of extra practice, so you can get the new guys in and kind of get them on the floor together and kind of see what you got, right?
No doubt. And that's the goal, obviously. It's 50-50. The goal is to get your team and get familiar with them, get them together practicing and with no restrictions, and then also have a life-changing experience that they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
All right, Coach, again, the big camps are coming up. There's 3 different camps. You can go check it out. I want to come out there as long as you're giving out real estate advice as well. I want to learn how to dribble, but I also want to know when to buy houses and property. Can you help me with that too?
And that's a whole different. That's on my other website. So that's a whole different customer base.
Coach, listen, man, you are the best. I always appreciate our time when we have a chance to chat and talk some basketball. And again, what's the website if folks want to sign up for the camps coming up?
It's and for Mike Magpayo, mmbasketballcamps.com. So mmbasketballcamps.com.
There it is. One more time, the graphic on the screen. You got 3 different day camps to select, 2 in June, and again, that one in July as well. From the little kids all the way to the high school kids too, on those, especially those first 2 camps right there. The high school kids can participate as well. There it is with head coach Mike Magpayo and the Highlanders. Coach, you're the best. Always appreciate the time, and let's talk again soon. I want to do something with you guys as you're down in Australia. Maybe you can send us some video back that we can play here on the show or something like that.
Yeah, because Wes is coming down with us, and Wes will be doing all the social media, video. I mean, he's a pro, so absolutely, let's do it.
All right, you got it. That is Coach Magpayo from UCR Men's Basketball here on the Inland Sports Show. Thanks again, Coach. Really appreciate your time. All right, and that's going to do it for this Inland Sports Show. We appreciate you tuning in. A big shout out to our director, Johnny Nunez, here at Teen Vision TV 16. My name is Pep Fernandez. God bless you. Stay safe out there, and we will see you next week on your favorite show, the Inland Sports Show.